Just imagine Danny DeVito, butt naked, bro. What's Gucci? What's poppin'? It's your grandma's favorite grandson. It's your boy, X. Your boy. But coming back at you with another live commentary. Before we start this, I just want to say thank you for the 12 subscribers. After 3 weeks, 12 subs, we getting it. But also, I would like to shout out my social medias right over here. So when they pop up on the screen, please give them a like and a follow and a sub. Other than that, let's get into this live commentary. So, I've made the commentary to this called College, and we're gonna get kind of serious about this talk. You know what I mean? Just this is for my younger kids and my, I guess, people who are my age and who haven't gone to school yet and just taking that year off. College, man. This is for who it is. I didn't go to a college, university, but I went to like a community college, right? Yeah, judge me as you may, but honestly, I'm glad I went that route because it did save my butt at the end of the day. What would I say about it? It's interesting. You meet a lot of very dope people, that I will not lie about. But before you go into college, all I gotta say is make sure you've had a reality check with yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work. Like, I'm not gonna even lie. Like, you gotta be committed to that sucker from the time you step in to the time you go out. And if you like, I'm gonna give my biased opinion about college, to be honest with you. So it's interesting about college. Either way, getting on with it. But as I was saying, you want to have a reality check with yourself because, as I said, you do a lot of thinking and you're doing a lot of work and you're away from a lot of your people, friends, and stuff like that. And if you're not ready to give that up just yet, you know what I mean, or have a check with yourself, or have like a really good balance, or try to balance it out, because some people can do it, some people can't like that, you know what I mean, depending who you are as a person. Now with me, I am not that person just yet. I didn't have that reality check and it led to a lot of other things. But I'll be straight up honest with you, I dropped out, you know what I mean? So you can bash me, whatever, say whatever, we can talk it out, duke it out. You can lick my nuts and I'll scream it out. Nah, but I just didn't want to do it right now. It's just not me. I'll be honest with you. I'm not making this about me. I'm not trying to, but I'm giving my experience. I'll be using the word I, me, blah 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 a lot, so don't judge. You lick my nuts. But I didn't personally enjoy it. I enjoyed it for somewhat. The teachers, oh my goodness, some of the teachers I had were the most dopest teachers I've had in a long time. You know what I mean? And they really did care about you. But as I said, I didn't have that reality check, and I didn't really think about what I was doing until I started doing it. And of course, there's also going to be the comment or someone to think by watching this video, oh, he's weak and he's never going to amount to nothing. No, that's not the case either. You know what I mean? Just because you don't go to college don't mean you're not going to amount to nothing. That's how I see it. Because there's different ways, you know what I mean? Like Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, I hate the one big example, Mark Zuckerberg, you know what I mean? Made Facebook, doing his computer thing, you know what I mean? And we're in the day and age where where you can start a business in your hand. So there's a lot more advantages to working right now than going to college right now, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? But as I said, one thing you want to do is make sure you're good all up in the head. You know what I mean? Make sure, or that's one of my biggest things. Make sure you're good up in the head. You know what I mean? And what do you call it? Make sure you're good as I said, good in the head, because that can really be a big factor. Because if you're really depressed, down, sad all the time, non-motivated, it's gonna be hard for you to get your stuff done. And I'm not gonna lie, that was some of the reasons why I didn't really excel, and I'm not gonna even lie to you. You know what I mean? And you can say that as an excuse, but I wanted to work, or my thing is, I wanted to work on those first, because once you can like kind of fix those first and put your timing on that to it, you can be good and excel from there. But with that too, You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sit around at home. And yes, I've been doing that a lot lately. I'll be honest with you. I haven't, like, I'm in a situation where I ain't got to work hard right now, and I'm not like what do you call it? I don't sell drugs, but I can hustle money. So I'm not really worried about a job, you know what I mean? Because I got my brain and I got my wits. But if you do, or my other thing is, if you do decide to drop out of college, you know what I mean? Or if you do not pursue, if you're in college right now and you decide to drop out, or if you are coming out of high school and you decide not to go, don't sweat it. You know what I mean? Because don't sweat it. You know what I mean? If you drop out of college, or I'll assess it to you. I'll put it like this: if you drop out of college, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Make sure you can pay back whoever, whatever, and make sure you can get all that done and over with as soon as possible. That's my one biggest thing. Make sure you get no debt. You have no debt. And I left with no debt, so we're all good in the hood, you know what I mean? But if you leave, just have no debt. And I guess inform your instructors, you know what I mean? Don't be that asshole. That's what I did, is I informed everybody and told them, you know, I'm not in the best. And we all went our separate ways from there, you know what I mean? They had to do their teaching thing, I still had to live life. And also with that, tell your parents too, or tell somebody that you feel. If you're by yourself, then don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But if you're with your parents, or they're helping you, supporting you, tell them so they know. They may be mad at you for like the time being, but remember, at the end of the day, they still love you. You know what I mean? So don't sweat up too bad like that, and just be honest with them. Just be like the only thing you can do. You know what I mean? And at that point, it's just a compromise. Either you gotta move out or get a job and help support. You know what I mean? So do whatever you gotta do. If you're not gonna go to college at the time being, do one of those compromises. And let's see, that was if you're dropping out. And this is for high school going in. I don't know much about uni. I really don't care because I'm not really focused on college right now. But it was so confusing learning about it, because they'd be like Omega Kappa, then like Yo Gabba Gabba, then Blues Clues, and I was just like, huh? But if you go into college, I suggest this. Or if you go into college, or my bad, I got that so messed up. If you're not going to college, I suggest just being straight up honest with you folks and be like, I don't feel like going right now. It's just not the time, and it's not the time for me. I got to work on myself. And if you don't, and then just tell them that you're gonna work or something. You know what I mean? Just find a way to bring income. That's all I gotta say. Bring an income and be smart. And then you can do whatever. But with all, like, that's where my kind of perspectives on those two things. If you don't go and you do go, and then we can get into way more detail, but I don't feel like sitting here and sounding like a Dr. Phil or something and preaching. But I'm just kind of giving like the overallness, because it really does kind of help when someone talks. And I feel like not many people talk about it like that, and it can really mess you up. So I'm here to help and kind of give my advice. And I could give a lot more advice. And if you want more advice, comment below and I got you. And I'll tell you whatever. I wasn't in college the longest, but I was in there to understand the pedals and, you know, how to ride a bike in a sense in college. You know what I mean? But if you want any advice or help, I got you. And with that, it's just like, what are you gonna do? It's just, or what should I do if I don't know what I want to do in college? If I don't want to go to college and I don't want to work a regular job, and I kind of want to just do arts or something. You know how that kind of talk goes. I just want to focus on what I love. Well, I'll add on to two things to this at the end of this. Or I'll add two things to this, or two type of different sections. What you should do, personally, if you don't want to work a regular job or nothing like that, learn how to hustle your money, save, and invest. Best way to do. I mean, and then just kind of become a homebody, but learn how to like make business while using your iPhone or social media, whatever, because that'll help at the end of the day a lot more than just being there and just doing nothing. You know what I mean? Burning a hole in your pocket. But just learn how to do that kind of stuff. That's what I would say. I would say also this: if you know what you truly love, I kind of go by this three-step rule, or not three-step rule, but 3 rules of like liking stuff. So my thing is like, what I like is I like photography, fashion, and making films. You know what I mean? So those are my 3 passions right now, and those will always switch up. I'm not gonna lie to you because I'm like ADHD like that. But all I gotta say is find something that you love and 2 things to support it, and make it in a way you can make an income out of it, and then you'll be fine. That's how I see it. It may not be the biggest income, but that's the beauty of it. You work on it and keep pounding on it until you can make it work out and have your own income, and then be able to go on trips and stuff like that. That's what I would suggest to do. And it's legit. It's hard. But it's worth the struggle. It's worth the pounding down on, and the many sleepless nights and many sleepless days. You know what I mean? I guess in a sense it'll be like an entrepreneur, but with what you want to do. But it's really worth that in the day. I'm not nowhere where I want to be just yet, but we're working on it together. You know what I mean? And I would suggest that, and just, I would suggest that and travel. You know what I mean? I have not got to travel whatsoever. Don't consider me like, don't be like, oh, this kid's traveled everywhere. He knows what he's gonna, he's gonna seem like he's better than us. No, I have not traveled. I have not touched the world at all. I've only been to like 1 time out of the country, and like out of mainland USA, and like 2 different times. But other than that, not much. So with that, I would also say travel too. You know what I mean? Even if you don't have the funds, find a way. Like, you don't gotta stay in the most luxurious hotels or the most comfortable settings. Sometimes the best moments and the best times of life is when you're crashed out on the sidewalk, or you're crashed out in the back of a car, or in a parking lot, or somewhere where it's warm enough just enough to sustain body heat. Those are sometimes the best places, which I've never done just yet, because it's about to happen, to be honest with you. But the times I've crashed in some weird places before, and those have honestly been the best times. I was just staying in hotels too. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I have bad memories of those because they were a shitty situation, but fun at the same time. But yeah, there's a lot more to this whole college concept. But my main things to everybody is, if you're not ready, you're not ready, and just tell yourself that too. You're not ready, and I will go when I'm ready. But you know what I mean. And what do you call it? And if you don't go, I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you're not ready and you don't want to go, it's not the end of the world. It's legitimately not. So don't sweat it, guys. And then, if you're ready to go, then go. Hit it hard, dude. All I gotta say is, find a plug with some Adderall, because you're gonna be working hard. Now, if you go to college, I do not condone drug use and/or alcohol use, because if you're drugged out and/or like drunk all the time, it's gonna be hard for you to, focus and function, because you know how it is. And especially like a lot of my viewers, I'm not gonna lie, probably like potheads and/or drinkers, and just people like to party and just whatever, because that's how today's society is. But if you want to excel in college, don't touch none of that stuff. Just be straight, man. Just be on that straight arrow and just go, because it'll be beneficial to you in the long run and in college. And yeah, that's my whole spiel on it, though, kind of. And then, as I said, don't forget to travel, and I guess travel and make friends, because that can always be beneficial too. Or it is beneficial, my bad. Just do that and then just live. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I apologize for this kind of crappy video. I just kind of threw something together because just because I haven't posted in forever does not mean I've been working. I have made at least 4 different videos, and I trashed them all because they were just horrible. Just horrible, dude. So I came on, or what I decided on was to talk about, what do you call it? Something that's happened to me recently. And this has been one of the biggest things, so. And I want to inform and enlighten a lot of people on what happened, or what to do, what not to do. And if it is confusing and whatnot, just tell me to ask, or tell me to enlighten up on certain parts, or just talk about different parts. And I got you. But just because I've been inactive does not mean I haven't been grinding and working, because I love you guys and I'm trying to bring out the best content. So I'm just not trying to bring out nothing crappy. And if this is crappy, then so be it. We'll try again next time. But either way, I'm glad that we have 12 subscribers now. I'm hoping to hit at least maybe 500 by by mid-June or something like that. So we're gonna try to do this, man. And I really appreciate who's here so far. I love you guys. You guys are pretty dope. And we have been trying to kill it for you guys and make these kind of interesting. But This video is getting like about 15 minutes long. It's about to be like maybe 17 altogether, and the render time is gonna be ridiculous. So with that, I'm your boy X, and I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday, a wonderful week, and a wonderful month. Please be good, please be safe. I love you guys. As I always say, or as I said in my first video, or my past two videos, stay true, stay humble, and keep the love flowing. Love you guys.